everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 153. Welcome. Okay, I have one finished object this week and a few works in progresses to show you, so let's just get started. Okay, so for my finished object, this goes along with my goal of doing 3 preemie hats per month to donate to a Halloween hat drive for a local hospital here for their NICU department. This will be preemie hat number 2 for this month of May. And it is the Very Hungry Caterpillar, and so I did finish it. It was a newborn size pattern. The pattern was by, let's see if I wrote it down here. Yes, handmedownhobby.blogspot.com, I believe. But I will link in the description box below where you can find the pattern. Okay, so the pattern was for newborn. So in order to make it preemie, I used sport weight yarn for all the pieces. The red was a I Love This Sport weight, or I Love This Sport, I think, something like that, from Hobby Lobby. And then I used these pieces, the greens and the yellow and the purple for the antenna was all pieces that I took out of some leftovers of Lion brand mandala cakes. So anyway, so that is preemie hat number 2 for the month of May, and my only finished object for this week. Okay, so for works in progresses, I got started on Mrs. Claus, which is from the crochet kit that I got from Amazon. This is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer set, and for this month, I'm just following there. Okay, there's a pattern book in here that's got 12 patterns in it. The kit comes with yarn that will make Santa and Rudolph, but the book has got, here's the book right here. It's got 12 patterns in it for all these different characters. Just quickly, I will show you, it's those 6 characters right there, and then those 6 characters right there. Okay, so I'm just following the order of the patterns in the book, and so this month for May, I'm doing one each month since there's 12 characters. So for the month of May, it is Mrs. Claus, which is right there. Okay, so I just got started with her. I am having to use my own yarn now. And it is very tiny yarn, like 2 weight or, well, very light 3 weight, I guess. Anyway, so for her skin, I'll show you what I've done so far. Just this much. Don't even have her hair yet. For her skin color, I'm using this, I think it's like a sock weight yarn. I can't even remember now. I don't have the ball band, of course. I got it off of Amazon. It's called Marshmallow, but it's actually, I think, yeah, it's a sock weight, like Lion brand sock or something. But I'm actually having to, since it's a number 2 weight yarn, I'm holding 2 strands together to do the skin parts. And then her dress is a purple, and so I just took a purple out of a Lion brand mandala cake that I had leftovers of, and so that's what I've got so far. I've got her safety eyes in. The safety eyes are 4.5 millimeter safety eyes. Very difficult to snap in, I will admit that. I have to get my husband to do it. But anyway, that's what I'm using. That's what it called for. I found some 4.5 millimeter safety eyes off of Etsy, where it was a little package of like 10 pairs, because I need several of those, that size, for several of the characters in the set. Okay, so that is what I'm working on. I just started Mrs. Claus, so I don't know if I'll get, she should be finished by next week, if not, well, yeah, because I got to do it for this month, and today's what is today? I'm looking at my watch. It's the 21st, so I will probably go ahead and get her done. She doesn't have a whole lot of pieces to her, so I should have her done for next week. Okay, and then, so that's works in progress number 1. Works in progress number 2, I did get started on the llama tote bag I was telling you about. It's going to be the same size as the flamingo tote bag that I made. Okay, it's the same size, same the chart that I'm following has got the same number of squares, or I had to change it just a little bit to make the same, almost the same, yeah, because this one has 70 squares going up for the chart, and the one I'm working on for the llama has got like 66, so it's going to be a little bit, not quite as tall, but not by much. Anyway, so it's going to be, I'm basing it on this pattern. I'm just changing up the chart. The chart that I'm using is, I got from Make and Do Crew. And if you've been following me for a while, what was it, last year? I did a llama blanket. I think it was last year. I lose count. Anyway, it's the same chart that I used for the llama blanket, okay? And this is from Make and Do Crew, okay? So I will link this chart. I will link it below in the description box. Anyway, I'm using this. I had to change the edges as far as the number of squares, top and bottom, just a little bit, not much. I just wanted to get it similar to this, especially for the width, because I wanted to do the same width so that way I could follow the pattern for the base of the flamingo bag, and it'd be the same stitch count, wouldn't have to alter that, and so that's why I did that. Okay, and then the back of it will be a striped pattern just like this. I'm just going to be pulling out colors from that. I've got, well, I don't have the colors all gathered together. I've got one of them down here, but I have all the colors. I have a yellow or a gold, I think I'm going to use for that, and then the teal for that color there, and then I have a red heart flamingo that I'll probably use that pink color there for. Okay, and I'm just doing white. Now I did use pipsqueak yarn for the blanket to make the llama fuzzy, but I'm not doing it for this one. I'm just using, I love this yarn in white for the body. Okay, so I'll show you how much I got done. I did get started on the chart. I'll hold it up. I have one strand attached to it. But here's what I've got so far on the front panel. I've got his feet and coming up on his legs a little bit, okay? So as you can see, I just printed this chart off. I had to had to print it on 2 pages because for some reason my chart came out with some of the chart on the back page of the paper. And so instead of wasting paper and printing again, I just folded it. No, I'm sorry. It didn't come on the back. It came out on 2 sheets. The chart did. And so I just folded it and lined it up and it taped it right there to make one chart. That's what I did. Yeah. Okay. So that is my llama tote that I'm working on so far, and it is going really fast because one thing about doing a tote, if you're going to do lining, like I did have a lining for the flamingo bag, okay, if you're going to be doing a lining, you don't have to pay that much of attention as far as how neat the back side of the piece is, as you can see. I will do a little extra trimming on that, but it's going to be lined, so you won't see that. Oh, and I did pick out the liner. I think this is what I'm going to use. Just from doing the flamingo bag, I know that I use 2 fat quarters of fabric, and so I wanted to just, I've got a big pile of fabric over there in my closet, and so I didn't want to have to buy more fabric. So went through my stash of fabric, and I found these 2 fat quarters. It's white with a gray houndstooth design, and I think that would look fine as far as the lining of the bag. So that's what I'm going to use. And then, as I showed you before, the straps on the bag, I did buy, I'll show you these. Got them stuck over here. Whoop, I just dropped one. But anyway, I bought whoop, almost, I kicked the chair. I bought these nylon webbing straps, or, well, yeah, straps, I guess, and they come in an 8-pack of colors, and so that's what I did for the hot pink for the flamingo bag. And so I'm just gonna pick one of the colors I have because I have so many of these left. I may use black for the straps, or I might just use white. I don't know. I don't have a gray, but I think that probably will go best with what I'm using. So I'll probably either use black or gray for these straps. Okay, so I think that's what I've all got to say about that. Oh, the flamingo bag pattern is a Crafty Cruella, I think the name of that is. And so I'm kind of combining those two patterns to create this tote. So that is my progress on that. I'm enjoying doing it. I find that I enjoy doing Graphgans. In fact, it seems like I've got this Graphgan project, and then I have another Graphgan project that I'm doing the block stitch, and it is it was a mystery crochet along or loom along, but I'm doing crochet that Llama Mama Kayla was doing, and she was releasing a piece of it each week, and it was going to be there's 40 rows on the pattern, and so I decided to do it with crochet, doing the block stitch, the way you do with Graphgans. And so I think I've got 15 rows done, and then she decided, she's had a lot of health issues and sickness, and so she just decided, instead of giving us one row at a time, because somebody guessed the image, I think I did, what the image is, because in the beginning it was a mystery. So anyway, she went ahead and released the rest of it, and so I really want to get back onto that, and so that's a Graphgan that I'm working on right now, and then I've got this, which is following a chart as well. So I made a purchase for that, and I'll tell you about that when I get to, well, it's only purchases, but after upcoming I'll show you that. Okay, so next works in progress is preemie hat number 3 for the month, because I had to get another one done for May, and this one I just decided to do a pumpkin hat, and this is just a preemie pumpkin hat. I found it on oh, I didn't write it down. I found it on like All Free Crafts or something. I'll put a link below in the description box. So as you can see, I've got the pumpkin part done. I just need to get some green out of my stash and make a stem, and then I think there's some little curly vines that will be attached to the top and hanging off of it. And so now I did like this pattern real well. I don't know if you've looked for pumpkin hat patterns before, but I've noticed some of them are worked like in rows back and forth, and then you have to seam up the sides to make it a hat, and like draw it up or something up at the top. And I don't like, if I can get away from seaming, I will. And so this pattern is not that way. You do it in the round, just like a regular beanie hat. It just front posts make this the ridges there for the pumpkin. But I was real happy to find a pumpkin hat pattern that was in the round, and you don't have to seam up the sides, because my seaming abilities is not that good. And so I avoid it if all possible. So anyway, here you go. So all I got to do now is make the stem and the little curly Q things, the pieces of vine or whatever it is that goes on the top of the pumpkin hat, and then that will be done, and will be my third hat for this month. Preemie hat number 3. Okay, so that is all the works in progress that I can show you. I can tell you about that I've worked on my Whip Wall Wednesday project that I've been doing. I've got a pretty good amount on that. Of course, now that the blanket, it's a blanket, and it's square, and so it's getting bigger with every round with more stitches, and so of course that means it takes you longer to get around for each round. And so but yesterday I made a video. It's my Whip Wall Wednesday episode number 8 video, and I show you my progress on that blanket, what I've done over the past 2 weeks, because those videos come out every 2 weeks. And so I will link that video in the description box below, so please go and check that video out and see my progress on that project. Okay, so I was working on that, and then also my summer banner design or pattern that I'm working on that will go with this spring one right here. I'm working on that. I've got 2 of the sections done, 2 of the panels. It'll be a 3-panel banner just like that one. And so I've got 2 of them done. I have to do the lettering panel, and for some reason I'm having a little bit hard time picking out the colors. I'm kind of second guessing my first color choice as far as the background and the letters, what colors to use. So I may have to do a little sample of one combination and a little sample of the other and try to put them, you know, hold them up to each other and try to figure out which colors to use. But I really want to get that done and get that pattern put together and up in my Etsy shop, available for you, whoever would like to do it for summer, to have for their summer banner. I know it's not summer yet here, not until next month, the middle of next month, but the last few days it's been so hot. Oh my goodness, it's been, I think day before yesterday, I think it might have hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the last couple of days, like, it's 95 degrees right now outside, so it's been really hot. Feels like summer. But anyway, I want to get that pattern out and available for those that want to do it, that have made the other banners and they want that summer banner for part of their collection. And that way I can, you know, get it done, and I'll have my the one I do, my work, to put up there. Okay, so I really want to hit that this week and get that out, and hopefully next week, hopefully I'll have that pattern in my Etsy shop. But I will definitely let you know, do a little video probably showing it, possibly, if I don't just include it in next week's video. But anyway, be looking for that. Okay, what else is upcoming? So those are two things that I worked on, the banner and then that Whip Wall Wednesday project. So that's, well, would be works in progress 4 and 5. Okay, and upcoming, I already told you about the Whip Wall Wednesday number 8 video that came out yesterday. It's not upcoming, but it's new. And the summer banner pattern that is coming out. And then, what else? I am done with, I don't have an amigurumi going right now, so I really need to get on to that little ostrich, the one I showed you before that I was wanting to do. This one right here. Out of this book here. He's so cute. Right there. I think he's really cute. Can you see all of him? Yeah. This is from the book Happy Gurumi. Right here. 20 Super Cute Amigurumi Toys to Crochet by Vanessa Chan. And so that is where I got the ostrich pattern from. And so this little turtle right here is really cute too. Look. Oh, isn't that cute? Anyway, they got some cute little patterns in this book. So I will actually put a link in the description box below where you can get this on Amazon. Now, somebody posted in, I can't remember if it was my Facebook group, Yarnjoy Podcast, or one of the other crochet groups I belong to. I don't remember which one it was, but somebody said they found this book, I think it was this one, at Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. In fact, I went to Dollar Tree the other day, but I never find craft books at my Dollar Tree. There's books, but they're like kids books and, like, you know, sticker books, coloring books, that sort of thing. Some fiction or nonfiction and fiction books a little bit, but I've never seen crochet books or knitting books or anything. So if you have a Dollar Tree that's got a good selection of books, maybe you can find it there. But I will put a link to it in the description box below, to the one I found on, this one that was found on Amazon. Okay. Oh, and I will say that I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click through that link and go on to take you over to Amazon, then that would give me a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything. It just gives me a little bit, I get a little bit from it, but not much. But anyway, I'd appreciate it if you click through it. Okay. Okay, so let's go to purchases. So I said that I went to Dollar Tree. I had to pick up a frame. I left it in the room, but I had to pick up a 5x7 frame. And then also I went ahead and picked up these clips. Now some people have asked me about where I got my clips that I use for the Grafgans, because like I said, I've got two Grafgan graph or chart type projects that I'm working on at one time, and I felt like I might need another set of these clips, and I went ahead and bought them. And so I got them at Dollar Tree. Where I found them is in the aisle where they have the laundry supplies like the laundry bags and clothespins and maybe even what else they have for laundry there? I know they have lint rollers right there on that same rack, and maybe clotheslines and bags that you can put, like lingerie bags that you can wash, put in and wash, put it all in the washing machine to wash. Anyway, it's where the laundry stuff is, household. And so these are the clips, and they're just called, they're by Essentials brand, and there are 6 of them in here. Jumbo plastic clothespins. So that's what the package looks like, okay? There's 3 blue ones and 3 white ones. And then out of the package, this is what it looks like, okay? And they work so well with to put your yarn on and to act as bobbins, because you can wrap your yarn around it and then you can clip it to the piece when you're going to have to flip the piece over to work on the other side. If you're doing it corner to corner, or even block, you have the block stitch, you have to flip it to do one of the rows. Anyway, these work really well, and I've never broke any of them or anything, but even if I did break one, I mean, they're 6 for $1. So I think this is my 3rd set maybe of these. So anyway, and I think they probably would be very useful and with, you know, for other uses as well. So anyway, that's where I got them. I've had people ask me about those clips before. Okay, I think that's it. I don't have anything else. I've been doing a lot of organizing this week. Just kind of got the organizing bug, I guess. I went through a junk drawer. I was thinking, what, you know, I need this drawer for storage. Why am I using it for junk? You know, that's just, I'm not taking advantage of that drawer. And so I went through that junk drawer, got everything out, and put stuff where they actually belong, and then threw out a bunch of stuff. Also, we have reached, since this is May, it's kind of pretty much the end of our school year. I am homeschooling mom. And so this is the finish of our homeschool year. In fact, I only homeschool my son. My older son is grown and married. I homeschooled him, and then I started over because they're 12 years apart. So I started over homeschooling my younger son, and he just graduated high school. So I just finished my second 12 or 13 years, counting kindergarten, homeschooling. And so he is now graduating. So congratulations to him for graduating from high school and finishing his grade school years. And that, so along with that, me finishing homeschooling him, that marks the end of 25 years of homeschooling. And so now I'm going to retire from homeschooling. And so I've been going through a lot of school things and getting rid of some stuff that I'm not going to need anymore, and papers, and finalizing his grades and all that stuff. And so I had a secretary desk, the one that's got that fold down piece, that I was using for school stuff. And so now I'm going to be using that as a mailing center stuff, to hold the things that I need to mail out packages for Happy Mail and you know, correspondence or whatever. And so I just been shifting things around and making room in other spots and for other things. And so I've been doing a lot of organizing and not really what kind of purging, but anyway, it's so I've been doing that a lot this week, as well as crocheting. So that's all I got done. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video because I am just kind of visiting and rambling right now. So everybody have a great weekend. Oh, thank you to my new subscribers. My numbers are still going up, my subscription numbers, so thank you so much. We're getting so close to 9,000 subscribers, so I'm so excited about that. I love interacting with all of you through comments and messages. In fact, somebody messaged me this afternoon that I was speaking to, and she had a question about something that I could help her out with, so I was very happy to be able to help her out. And so anyway, it's so fun to me to be able to meet people that like the same things that I do, you know, crochet and yarn and crafts and things. So if you haven't subscribed, then please consider doing so and follow me along on my projects that I work on, and I do have tutorials and things that I've put out as well. And we have a Facebook group, Facebook, which is Yarnjoy Podcast, and so go over there and join us there, and that way you can share pictures of the projects that you're working on, because I want to see what you're working on. That's always so fun, and we can get ideas from each other as far as projects and things. So now I'm gonna go. Everybody have a great weekend, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.